Hey, this is Matt once again. If I can't talk, I'll keep going, fuck it. Thanks for watching to everyone out there. Thank you to the people who have sent in paid requests. This one is from Alex. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos, topics, reactions, reviews, re-reviews, whatever, rankings, lists, feel free to send either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And like I said, this is for Alex for an anime. The same director of Ninja Scroll, Highlander, The Search for Vengeance from 2007. And it's actually, honestly, one of the better Highlander films. I didn't mind it. It's not my favorite Highlander film. Now, here's the thing with me in Highlander. I like the first Highlander. Love the Queen soundtrack. Christopher Lambert, or as some people say, is Christophe Lambert. I like him. I like Sean Connery, Clancy Brown. Idea is interesting. There could be only one. The fight of the immortals. Yeah, cut the head off. You get the quickening. Interesting idea. You really didn't need any more because it's kind of just the same idea over and over and over again. There could be only one, and then there is one, but then there's like 10 more. Then there could be only one, but then there's 15 more. But then wait, there can only be one, and then there is one, and then there's 20 more. And like, well, what the fuck? Like, how is it that every fucking film there's only one, and then the next film there's like 50, and then there's one, and then the next one there's 10, and then there's one. Then there's a TV show where there's like 100 of them. I'm like, what the fuck? What's the fuck, man? There could be only one, then there's one, then there's like 50 more. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Someone explain it to me. And then it's weird when the TV show happened because Christopher Lambert was on the TV show, but he got the prize in the first movie. But then he was the only one. And he got... And then he was... Maybe they explained the TV show pilot, but I'm like, well, where the fuck did all of these immortals come from if he was the only one left at the end of the first movie? If there was only one at the end of the first movie, how is there a TV show that all these immortals that just popped out of nowhere? They teleported in there? So obviously there wasn't one. So it's like... Anyway, I like the first one. People don't get mad about this. My favorite is the second movie. I like how insane the second film is. Granted, I like more the Renegade cut, the Renegade version. But I love the future setting. Which is kind of cool because this is in a future setting as well. But I like the future setting in Highlander 2. I like the score. I like Clancy Brown in the first, but I like Michael Ironside even more in the second film. I like Sean Connery the way he's used here more because... Maybe because I like Sean Connery, I liked his character, and his character gets more of a noble death, of a self-sacrifice. And I actually like the way his character is used in the sequel. Because he has some fun rapport with Christopher Lambert. And he gives a self-sacrifice, he gives a nice speech. It to be glorious. Which he says, you know, I like that scene. And I like the flying around, clash with swords, the action scenes, the future setting. I like the song at the end. One dream keeps me holding on. I like Highlander 2. I reviewed it. The review's still up. I'm one of the only people that like the sequel. And I'm the only person that's my favorite Highlander film. Just I like the future setting. I like the sci-fi twist. Them being aliens, again, I like the Renegade cut more. No, it doesn't make the most sense plot-wise, but maybe because Highlander... I liked Highlander, but it was never, like, in my top 10 or top 100 favorite movies. So I liked it, but I'm not a die-hard fan. And then Highlander 3 is there. Highlander 4 sucks. Highlander the Source is fucking chicken shit that you give to chicken feed to feed the chickens, and then that chicken shit, and then they blow up, and you have a fucking Popeye session, but sadly this is the Popeyes that give you diarrhea, so then you realize you're at the wrong KFC, you're at actual KFC, you're not at Popeyes. Like, I want to be at Popeyes. Nope, we fooled your ass, you're actually at KFC, and that's why you got the diarrhea, because the chickens with the feed and the chicken shit, and I don't want to be at the KFC. I want to be the fucking. You can't have Popeyes. You're with the KFC, but Popeyes is better. Popeyes is better. I wish there was a Popeyes around here. I miss Popeyes chicken. God damn it. There's only KFCs. I don't want KFC. I want Popeyes. God damn it. Fine, I'll sell for Chick-fil-A instead. Sorry, going off tangent again. But, like, this is, I mean, again, I like the first two Highlander films more than this. I'd probably say I like this more than the third one. Definitely better than Endgame or The Source. Because this one, with the animation by the Ninja Scroll director, you get some fairly fun, dynamic animation. But the thing is, with the story, is kind of like the plot of the first movie, only it's in the future. So that kind of reminds me of the second movie, but again, the plot kind of follows the same beats. It's a MacLeod, only this time it's a Colin MacLeod. But it's a MacLeod of the clan MacLeod, whose wife gets murdered, and he is a stranger, alone, and he has to, there can be only one, and he faces off against the guy who killed his wife back in the day, and he wants revenge for that. And you have this older person. It's not Sean Connery, but it's an older spirit, but an older person who's a mentor, giving him exposition of who he is. There's even a point where, because of his Scottish brethren finding out, they think he's a demon or possessed, so they either try to burn him or they run him out of town. Again, there's a lot of moments plot-wise that just make me think of the first movie. Even when there's a sex scene between him and this modern girl, I'm ready for the music. Who wants to live forever? And then the future stuff just reminded me of Highlander 2. So the story didn't impress me, but it was fun to watch on a visual, straightforward, for the most part, Highlander story. You have a stranger that stole fucking Ryu's bandana from Street Fighter. And right off the bat, these punks try to mess with him. He cut arms and swords off. He fights one guy with a chainsaw, but he's able to cut his fucking head off and get his quickening. And it takes place in a future where there's a virus, and there's a dystopia. There's this guy rules it all as the guy who killed our hero's wife. You get the flashbacks like you do in all the Highlander films, where there's a lot of flashbacks. There are times where it gets a little bit bloody. Not as bloody as other anime, but there is some blood in there. The lead guy, he's not that... he's not likable, but at the same time, I get what they were doing. So that's why I'm not so harsh on it. What they're doing is that he's so head-bent on revenge that throughout the years, he always tries to fight the bad guy and he loses. Like, he gets cut here in half, and by luck he's saved because his horse drags him to Stonehenge, which is holy ground. And even the bad guy goes, yeah, you're lucky. And throughout the years, he always tried to have a duel. He loses, or it's like World War II. He's on the wing of a plane, and the plane crashes. It's always he's trying to have revenge, and always gets fucked up. And either by luck or some other circumstances, he barely makes it out. And the whole point of it is that he's losing because it's all about revenge. But when he's finally fighting for something worthwhile, like to help these rebels, then he can finally overcome and win. I get that's the gist of the arc. That's what they were going for. It's not... I think there's other ways I would have done it differently, but I get what they were going for. Granted, with an animation style, you do a little bit more with the flashbacks, because it's animation. It all costs the same, whether you're in World War II or feudal Japan or back in the day of the Scottish Highlands. I will say it was a little bit more interesting when they're in the future, because kind of like a Mad Max post-apocalyptic world, and there's this hooker with a heart of gold, and I recognize the voice, and the English dub is actually fairly decent. Like the voices are not that bad. Also the syncing, you know how a lot of times because it's a foreign language, the syncing of the English dub, the mouths don't move the correct way because it's trying to be a voice actor trying to mimic the words. No, they actually made it sync with the English dub. So the mouths are in actual sync. So that was nice. Because it made it less awkward. And again, the English, the dubbing wasn't too bad compared to other anime. And I recognize the voice of the hooker with a heart of gold, which reminds and makes our hero think of his love from back in the day. So they fall in love and they fuck. But the hooker is Meryl from Metal Gear Solid. I'm like, holy shit. Like, Metal Gear Solid is one of my favorite games. I'll put over here. Like, this is literally one of my favorite games of all time. And Meryl is a very important character. Let's see if I can find a picture of her. Should be. This book's massive enough. I think there's one where it shows the characters. Maybe it's at the end. Sorry, I know there's like, who gives a shit? Buddy there. There you go, Meryl. There you go. But yeah, Meryl, I'm like, wow, that's cool. Because I liked her voice in this game. And if it's not her, it sounds exactly like her. But, so if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Oh well. Won't be the first or last time. But, yeah, I liked her. With the plot, like the bad guy, he's over the top, but I kind of wish his voice, I don't know, just something about his voice didn't really work for me. Maybe because I think of Highlander and you're like Clancy Brown, Michael Ironside, even Mara Van Peebles, and then like, this guy, this villain just didn't do anything for me. It really did. I had to leave this villain, honestly. I thought this villain was kind of lame, honestly. I get what they were going for, but just, again, compared to other Highlander films, at least the first three, I prefer those villains over this. This villain was just like, eh. And the lead guy, his voice was fine, but definitely no Christopher Lambert. Not even Adrian Paul. So I kind of wish either... It would have been cool if somehow they got Christopher Lambert to voice this character. Or Adrian Paul. Granted, it's not the... Or, like, if not them, like, maybe someone else, recognizable or not. I mean, it's like they're fine, but it's like, eh. But the voice of the hooker, Meryl, that's not her real name, but that piqued my interest even more. So, like, the dubbing is fine. It's not laughable like a lot of it, but just maybe a little less than indifferent with the voices. I don't know how to put it. I don't know. I'm just fucking rambling. But there's some really nice camera work. Like when our lead, Colin, I forget her character name, so I'll just call her Meryl. And this little kid, they go into this facility. There's a nice push into the camera and movement of the camera and the action scenes of the sword fights. Sometimes the sword fights seem a bit too quick, but it was nice to look at visually. I get what they're going for at the end. I didn't, because always selfish about wanting revenge. That's why he loses. But when he finally fights for something worthwhile, like the rebels, who want to get rid of this regime and stop this virus from, then he can win. Or more so, once he has sex with the girl, the fun of fuck gave him the power to fuck things up. That's the way I look. He fucked, and the fun of fucking gave him the power to finally fuck things up. I guess I just wish to see a little bit more of his swordplay, especially with what you could do with anime. Like, there's a decent bit where he's blocking bullets and they bounce back and they blow some shit up. But I just, especially the finale, I wanted him to do a little bit more hack and slash with his sword against some of the other bad guys. The live action, but since it's anime, you have a bit more freedom to do that. But like I said, it's a decent looking anime. It does adhere to the Highlander formula, for better or worse. It does go into different montage of, like, he's in feudal Japan, World War II, Roman Empire. I like some of the music is decent, especially this one bit where a certain character dies at the end. I thought there was some really nice music there. I thought the way that whole scene, I thought that was really nice. That was like, I thought one of the best scenes of the movie. It's very nice, stylish, like a lot of this director's work, whether it be Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust or Ninja Scroll. I would probably put those two above this, because again, the plot just felt kind of like Highlander 1, but in the sci-fi realm of Highlander 2. Now, I'd probably just rather watch Highlander 1 and 2. But, I mean, if you like Highlander films and you're a sucker for them, I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's bad. It's just I have little issues here and there, but there's some good moments. Spoiler alert. 3, 2, spoilers. The bit I was talking about at the end is when this evil bitch who's with the bad guy, you think she's dead, she's not. She stabs Meryl, the hooker, but then she at least puts a fucking grenade in the bitch's mouth, and you hear this dialogue of, hey, I'll see you one day. And the way it's done in slow motion, and the music, and the lead knows that happened, and he's saying, God help me get up for her, for them. That was a nice build up, and it finally a nice, at least there's a nice arc to the character. Yes, he's unlikable at the beginning. Yes, there's a couple things I would have done differently, but at least there is a point to doing that, and a decent little satisfying moment at the end where he finally is able to do something against the bad guy. That was nice. That was decently satisfying. I don't know if you needed the old spirit mentor who could change the animals. I don't really know if you needed that character, because other than popping in to say a couple words, he didn't do a whole lot of shit to help. It's like he would pop up, pretty much say, you're being an asshole. Stop being an asshole. Then pop up again, stop being an asshole. He doesn't say that, that's pretty much what he says. Then at the end, oh, finally, you weren't an asshole. You didn't really need that character in there. He was kind of pointless. Well, okay, fine, yeah, give him the exposition at the beginning, or not the beginning, but he had to find out how he was immortal somehow. But then to follow him, and it's like, he didn't really help out at all. Pretty much again, stop being an asshole. Okay, are you still an asshole? Good, you're not an asshole anymore. It's like, we didn't need that. It was meant for humor. I guess I didn't think it was as funny as the filmmakers did. So I do have issues with the film. Like I said, I do think Ninja Scroll and Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust are better. But yeah, if you liked Highlander, you like the formula, you like anime, it's worth a look. It's worth a look. It's not my favorite, but it was okay. It was alright. Like I said, compared to fucking Highlander, Endgame, and The Source, it's a fucking masterpiece compared to them. If you think this is bad, go watch Highlander: The Source. Fuck. Shitty Sci-Fi Channel reject. Anyway. Thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.